Hello, this is a warning me before the video. I just wanted to say that you might hear some things in the background because, I'm recording this in the daylight and I'm sorry. Also, it's busy outside and this is just a thing before the video. Well, please enjoy and hope you finish to the end. Hello, welcome to a new video. This video, I'm going to explain my current position in the campaign, and where we are, and what the story is so far. Hello, my character is Jave, the human sorcerer. He is 13 years old, and quite an interesting character, I'd like to say. But I was confirmed by my DM that I should do these videos, and that she would even help. So, I decided to do them, because it honestly sounds like fun, and because I'm stumped on my coding right now. My current project I'm working on is on hiatus, and I am currently working on a new project, a text RPG, as you see in the background. I'll explain that a little bit more at the end of this video. This party starts with 3 players. We got Valoria, the hybrid druid, Gazgul, the orc barbarian, and Tala, the snow elf paladin. They each have come back from a recent mission to bring crops from one farm to another. And among this journey, they have gone through some treachery, but made it back just fine. They went up to the guy who gave them the mission and got their payment, split it 3 ways. Mainly all the silver and copper went to Tala at the time, and then they headed to the tavern that was close by. In this tavern, they are met by a small dwarven lady. There she is, serving them drinks, when Valoria seems to notice a small child sleeping at a table with his fox a star on his lap, with a cold bowl of soup right next to his head. Out of curiosity, Gazgul, the orc, walks up to the child. Not really happy with that, the barmaiden tries to step in front of him only for, him to just walk by, not really caring. And he goes and examines the boy and tries to wake him, which was successful. When Jave looks up, he sees a giant orc in his face. He jumps back and backs away immediately. And Valoria steps in to defuse the situation and explains to them who they are and why they're there. Amongst this discussion, she offers him to go with him, being intrigued by this boy, and on the promise, though, that she would help him find his parents and find his home. During this discussion, though, 2 guards rush in, claiming that they need Valoria, Gazgul, and Tala, a group known for getting missions done and not really questioning. They're told to head to the kingdom as soon as they can, and they should head out now. Amongst this rush, they drag Jave along, really not knowing what's going on and just wanting to find his home. Before he leaves, the barmaiden stops him and gives him a few things for him. Gives him a crossbow with about 20 bolts, two things of jerky, for the trip, and 20 gold for his travels. He thanks her, hugs her, and promises to return. He turns around and rushes outside with the group waiting for him, and they head off. Amongst this journey from the town, he learns a little bit about Valoria, Gazgul, and Tala. Tala seems to be quiet, not really much of a talkative type, doesn't really like to explain her backstory, but, he's alright with that. Gazgul, he's big, scary, and not really the brightest there, but certainly strong and quite useful. Valoria, really talkative, doesn't know much, but really active and fun. He likes her, he talks to her, and they talk, and they quickly become friends, discussing and sooner or later singing some tunes on the journey. Amongst this journey, they soon hear whistles, and Jave and Valoria catch some bandits hopping from out of the trees and following them. They stop out of Valoria's request. She steps out and gets an Gazgul steps out and gets an bolt right into his thigh. And then battle starts. Valoria, Gazgul, and Tala head forward into the forest where they see Jave. Turns around, thinking he saw someone that way, and rushes that way. The guards step out of the cart, and as one of the guards rushed to Jave to help him stop, seems to be a bandit. He was already dead. Jave had casted a spell and disintegrated his face with one shot. The guard, being quite confused by this, doesn't question it, turns around and runs to the other group. Sorry, goddamn. After turning around, Jave trying his best to head back the other way, he himself gets shot in the leg. He screams out in pain, but that slows him down. But before anything else can happen, it seems like the rest were dead. And amongst killing them, Jave goes and investigates them, curious on who was attacking him, and on their neck was a symbol. Symbol Jave recognized. He knew this group. And out of pure anger, he stabbed the body over and over and over. After calming himself down, he quickly rushes out of the forest and quickly makes sure no one saw him and rushes out. With him is the other group. Gazgul seem to have carried a body with him as well. Unbeknownst to the others, he just keeps it. And after that, after heading out for a little bit more, they set up camp once they're out of the woods. Amongst this, they learn a little bit more about why they're there. They also learn the guard's name. They have Aldo and Seamus. They seem that the queen has requested them. The guards, unwilling to say what, quickly shuts down any further questioning. And as they finish up the night, Valoria asks a few questions about the symbol, if anyone else saw. Jave refuses that he never knows anything about them, and quickly heads to bed, cupped up tight with a bedroll that he seems to have, and drifts to sleep with his fox. Next morning, there was a bite taken out of the body, unknown to everyone. Jave and Valoria quickly look to see if there are any animals around. And amongst finding some rustling of bushes, they follow, quickly, only to be found in a bunny's burrow. Valoria casts speak with animals, and speaks to them. Unbeknownst to Jave what they're saying, what he could tell from what Valoria told him earlier, she simply asked a few questions, and it seems like there was no dangerous animals other than them out in there. And they quickly head back and start on the road again. Before continuing on this journey, they decided to go find some water, for they needed some water before they traveled again. And Tala stayed there, Gazgul stayed to chop down some trees, and Aldo, Jave, and Valoria went out to find water. While traveling down, Jave tried to climb a tree, was helped by Aldo quite a bit, and ended up just getting up and heading off. Once in this woods, they found a river, a stream. By the stream, Valoria drank and swam in a little bit of the water. Jave fed and watered his fox, a star, making sure she was all good and taken care of. And Valoria started to challenge Aldo, and Aldo refused, saying she would not fight a woman. And amongst this enrage, she started getting a little threatened, and Jave got a little scared, saying how she'll fight Jave. Jave backed away and readied an action, so that if she casted a single spell, he'd launch at her. With this, she cast Ice Knife on Aldo. He dodged it, luckily, but was not lucky enough to miss the ice shards coming afterwards. And ice shards traveled along his leg and body. He laid there almost dead. And Jave, out of fear and scared, he rushed to Valoria and casted Thunder Wave, sending her across the river and pointing a finger at her, saying if she dared move until she stopped, he would fire at her. She reluctantly stopped fighting after Jay pointed out that Aldo was in no condition to fight anymore. And they got up, Valoria healed Aldo for a little bit, and he limped back. They were in deep trouble. He had a horn on him, and he blurted that horn out amongst the forest. Seamus heard, and we heard one back. And after that, they rushed toward him, and quickly, Tala heals up the guard, and Seamus scolded Valoria. Jave was scared, not knowing, wondering if he was going to get kicked out, and they kept him along, and they continued. Grudgingly and quietly, they continued. And not after much travel, they reach a town, almost as big as a city, but too small to be called a city. And in this city, there's many other races. You can find elves, orcs, humans, dwarves. They're everywhere. This city was full of people. And Aldo and Seamus seemed to have known this place, almost like it was home. And they rushed to a tavern, a place to sit up, rest, feed the horses, relax, just for a day because of all the travel they've been through. After talking to the barmaiden, who have seemed to have known Aldo and Seamus, Jave sees her place down 3 cups and walks away. And as being a curious child he is, he tries to do what she does and picks up all 3 cups at once, only to drop one and break it. She sighs, heads back, and picks it up. Jave tries to help, but she ushers him to sit down and just be quiet. So he does just that, and after that, they order a room. After much of Ghazghul's rudeness, almost to say, they got a room and they slept. Other than Tala, Seamus, and Jave, who stayed up a little bit longer than others, kind of chilled and talked by the fire. Jave called out Seamus for liking Tala and was respectively told to be quiet, and this is stuff I shouldn't be talking about, especially calling out like that. And they went back to bed. Jave stayed with Tala for the night, not knowing where else to sleep and not wanting to sleep on the floor, curled up in a ball and slept near the foot of the bed. When awakened, Seamus seemed to have gotten no sleep, like he was restless for the night, but that quickly forgot his mind when Tala casted a spell on Gaz to follow Jave's command. And with this, he had Ghazghul give him a piggyback ride and go all over town to buy some things. Jave traded out some bolts he took from the bandits earlier and got some gold to buy a few more bolts. Ghazghul got a brand new sword. Jave learned a little bit about magic, potions, and how people who weren't born with magic can cast spells. You never knew. Always just thought they were inherent like he was. And he also learned that he couldn't heal, so he tried to buy one only for it to realize he was too poor and didn't have enough money for it. And they ventured out again. About a day, they stayed, traveled to the library before they just left again. But amongst this travel, the cart hit a pothole and the wheel fell off, utterly destroyed, unable to move again. But while this was also happening, wolves seemed to have followed us. Valoria casted an invisibility spell for all of us, but the wolves could still kind of see us, not being the best invisibility spell out there. And with this, a wolf grabbed Tala by the leg and threw her to the ground. Jave, ready for this, threw an ice knife right at the wolf, only for it to shatter onto Tala, almost killing her. She was luckily pulled back by Seamus, and Wolf was killed, respectively. With that, Jave shot out another ice knife and killed one. And same with Ghazghul, who murdered one as well, and Seamus killing the last 2. With this, they headed back to town as quickly as they could, not only to get a new cart, but also to refresh the horses. While there, Valoria bought Jave a component pouch to help him cast his spells, only for him to realize he doesn't have any components with him. He only is able to cast Ice Knife thanks to the water he carried next to him. With a new cart, a male and a female horse, they turn around and head right back out. This time being careful of the potholes, luckily not being stalked by any wolves or anything dangerous. Before they headed up to the mountains, Jave suggested that we should stock up on materials before heading to the mountain. Probably looking for firewood, food, and other stuff that could keep them alive. And with this, they split up into two parties. Jave and Tala looking for firewood, Gazgul, Valoria, and Aldo looking for food. Jave wanted to go hunting, saying he could handle it, but they forced him to stay back, and he was upset, but reluctantly said he'd help find firewood. While Jave was looking for firewood, he came across a baby bear. And with this, Jave was intrigued. For his love of animals, he tried to go to the bear, but with this, Tala grabbed him and tried to force him. With this, he casted Thunder Wave to get her off. Not working, he shoved his body into her and was able to make her let go, and he rushed to the bear and screamed at her to go. With frustration, she turned around, was about to walk away, when Jave got up with the bear and followed. Once the bear did bite a star's leg, he put the bear down and had it follow on foot, giving it a little bit of food to make sure it followed. While walking, they heard noises, and the bear kind of drifted, but he made sure the bear followed with this, and to the surprise, they find Gazgul and Aldo, and a dead bear, a mama bear to be precise. With this, the bear rushes to the mama bear as Jave tries to hurry back, but he follows the bear, only for it to rub on its mother and sniff it, and it whines and cries, and Jave was heartbroken. But Gazgul had other plans. He raised his axe to attack the bear, and with this, Jave jumped in front and casted Thunder Wave, throwing him off to the side. With this, Gazgul got up, whispered something to Aldo. Jave stared at him, trying to defend the bear. He picks up the bear, quickly heading off back to camp. Tries to stealthily at first, with much unsuccess thanks to the bear's whining. He gets up not caring and walks right back to camp, with the follow of Tala, Gazgul, and Aldo pulling the mama bear behind them. Once reached camp, Seamus tries to take care of the baby bear with Jave. And at this moment, they realize Valoria's gone. They search and they search, only for them to realize she turned invisible and ran away. They don't know where she is, don't know where she could be, but she's missing. After they give up on the search for Valoria, they rest up back up in camp. Gazgul, Aldo, and Seamus set up a fire. Jave stays in the cart with the bear and his fox, keeping a close eye on Gazgul over there, and he rests. Gazgul does toss him some meat, but he refused to eat anything from him. Instead, he just relaxes and stays up all night, keeping an eye out. Amongst this happens, next morning, they decide to go search for a bear cave to see if there was any remains of another bear that could take care of Jake, which is what the name Jave has decided on. Once looking for the cave, Gazgul turns around and kind of just leaves back to the camp. Not really caring, Jave marches forward. They find a cave. Jave crawls in with the rest of the group, and they find an infant. And Jake nuzzles the infant and cuddles the infant, as his brother would. Once there, it's sad. Jave says he wants to keep them both, to protect them, and he'll do it. But Seamus knows they can't. They don't have enough food, and Jave knows that their lives are more important than theirs. With much sadness and fighting, Aldo convinces Jave to leave as Seamus puts the suffering of the end to the two bears. They return, tears going down Jave's face, Seamus just looking dark, and Aldo and Tala just there. They turn back to Gazgul, questions them a little bit, but is told to shut up and was called a monster by Seamus as Jave just sits in the corner and cuddles his fox star. They soon come up upon some water. They refill the cans. He washes off the blood and feeds and waters all out of the jerky that was given to him, and just has water now. They don't find anything really interesting until they see a pillar of smoke coming from up towards the trail. On this trail, there seems to be a cabin, well kept, with a farm, and they're let in by a nice old couple. Jave sleeps in the room. Tala and Gaz and Aldo and Seamus seem to be relaxing. And we all have a good night, except for Jave, who ends up getting spit in his ear by Gazgul while he's sleeping. He throws the knife at him, only half tiredly and weak. And all Gazgul has to say is, next time throw better. Next morning, a terrible sight has been seen in this place. It was destroyed, ripped up, but none of their stuff was gone. None of their stuff was taken. But the old man and woman were nowhere to be found. But the place was destroyed. And once coming outside, there was a guy kneeling with his sword. And after a bit of questioning, Gazgul and Jave head back, not really wanting to, just wanted to get out of here, because it's just not a place they should be. And once they returned, there was that guy with Tala, Aldo, and Seamus. From what little Jave picked up, it seems like he needed to avenge his family, and Tala promised to help. So he joined us for now. And here we are at the base of the mountain, about to travel off. Before that is the end of the story so far. Whew, that was a lot. Sorry about the 22-minute long video. Sorry also about me taking so long to explain it. It was a lot to cover. And also the fact that I did not sound very good. My speaking is not great. I am not very great at speaking. Sorry if you heard a little bit of background noise. I'm in daylight right now, so my parents and siblings are walking around. I got outside with, I'm not in the greatest neighborhood, I'd say. You got ambulance and police cars passing by quite often. But yeah, I hope you really liked the story of Jave. And I hope you like the story of our campaign and our group so far. I quite love it. I'm having the funnest of times. Tala and Gazgul are good friends of mine. The DM's a great friend of mine. And we're actually getting 2 new players soon. My little sister, who's playing an Orc Rogue. You'll find out soon about her. And another friend. I don't know what he is. All I know he's a bard of some kind. I don't know what he is, but he's a bard. And honestly, I'm excited to see what comes out of them. They should be introduced next round. We play every Saturday. And I'll probably upload these videos every Sunday just to get videos out, at least once a week. And once in a while, I'll update you on the progress of my game. And yeah, I guess I will do as I promised and explain what my current project is. Now, if you don't want to sit through that, thank you for watching. It's been great having you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Now, for anyone wondering about my current project is a text-based RPG that was originally made for class, only for the fact that I couldn't continue it because it was too long, and I just simply made a calculator. Easier, and a lot more easier to explain. But this, I decided to continue it, make it a full-fledged thing. I recently figured out how to do a saving and loading system. I recently figured out how to, make it look better, make it look cooler, and I'm honestly just really excited to see how this goes out. I'm currently working on the project right now. It's coming out great, I think, and I'm having loads of fun with it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you don't mind this 36 minute long, not 36, like 26 minute long video. Yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much. I'll see you later, and sorry if this was not the best recording. I'm still working on getting this right, and I'm honestly just having a lot of fun with this. See you later. This has been Foxes and Crows. Bye-bye. Well, that was the video. Thank you for sticking through the end. I probably already said goodbye, but figured I'd just record everything here. Like, just do this normal thing I always do. And I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, do YouTube stuff because I'm a YouTuber now. Bye. YouTube stuff. Woo! More thing. I would like to say that I hope my DM is okay. She's going through a rough time, and I would just like her to know that I am here to talk, and you are an amazing person, and I wish you the best of luck, and that you're not alone, and I'm really sorry. I made this video to hope to cheer you up a little bit, and I know it's not the best, but it's for something, right? Well, bye. I'm so sorry, and hope this helps.